Good morning to one and all. Today we are going to discuss on the segregation and bleeding in concrete, its causes, effects and remedies. Now what do you mean by segregation? As we have discussed in the process of concreting, we have the different steps. In those steps, when we follow it, due to certain reasons, we may encounter with certain disadvantages or problems in the concrete when it is in the fresh state. This segregation as well as bleeding is one of such setbacks of fresh concrete. What do you mean by segregation in concrete? Segregation is the separation of constituent materials in the concrete. So we all know the concrete consists of majorly four major constituents. What are they? They are cement, coarse aggregate, fine aggregate and water. Separation of each of these materials from the concrete in the matrix is known as the segregation. So according to concrete technology, the segregation is of three different types. They are separation of coarse aggregate from the concrete, that is the one way. The second way is that the separation of cement paste, that is the slurry part, from the concrete when it is in the plastic stage. Or else, if these are all is not there, separation of water from the concrete makes, which is nothing but our bleeding of concrete. The after effect of the same on the other side would be the segregation. So what could be the reason of segregation? So we all know, as I have already discussed, we have concrete which is made up of cement, fine and coarse aggregate along with water. So a good concrete as such, it should be very much homogeneous. And we all know each and every material which is going into the concrete is of different types. That means cement is having a specific gravity of 3.15, which is in the range given here. The specific gravity of aggregate will be in the ratio of 2.6 to 2.7 as the specific gravity. So what happens is, this itself is one of the reasons why the segregation happens. That means the properties of each and every material which is going inside the concrete is different. Thereby, that itself has a tendency to separate out from the total matrix, which itself is the reason of segregation. This is one of the peculiar image in which you will find like the aggregates are all present concentrated on one region, which is having a cement paste on its round, and you can find the cement slurry at its periphery. So this is a peculiar case of segregation that we find. Some of the other factors that causes segregation is the transportation of concrete mixers for long distances. Especially in transit mixers, vigorously if you rotate the drum of transit mixers, segregation may happen. Next is poorly proportioned mix is yet another reason why we encounter with segregation. That means the matrices consist of ingredients which is not proportionate to each other to form a perfect blend. See, if that is the reason, the segregation is ought to happen. Then dropping of concrete from a height of 1 meter is yet another reason of segregation. While dropping, there is a tendency of the heavier material to fall down fast rather than the other materials. So that itself could be a reason when we drop the material from 1 meter, above a height of 1 meter, the heavier material will drop down fast, and thereby the aggregates will separate out from the matrix. And when we discuss about the compaction, the vibration is yet another way for segregation. Like if you vibrate the materials more vigorously, the more we vibrate it, the more the tendency of segregation. So how can we minimize this? To minimize, it is best that we should control the proportion first. When you make some ingredients in the kitchen, the proportion itself is the first thing that we are supposed to check through. So if the proportion is good, obviously the ingredient that you make also would be good. So here also in concrete, the segregation we can control by adopting proper proportioning. Second is that we should handle, place, transport, compact and finish the concrete very meticulously. If not done properly, surely we will end up with segregation. Then addition of air entaining admixtures, agents, admixtures as well as pozzolanic materials in the mix will control the segregation to a larger extent. Now let us pass on to the next side of the coin, which is nothing but bleeding of concrete. Bleeding is a form of segregation itself. That is why clearly represented is the other side of a coin, in which the water present in the concrete is pushed upwards due to the settlement of cement and aggregate. So these two materials have a higher specific gravity, and the water in the concrete will have a lower specific gravity, as we all know, which tends to come up when you compare with the other two materials if the ingredients are not so proportionate. So this is mainly because the water has a lesser specific gravity and that tends to move upwards. Now bleeding occurs when the concrete is wet. So normally that is the reason. When it is in the very plastic stage only, this bleeding occurs. The prime factor obviously is the high dosage of water cement ratio. That itself is the reason. So when you make in sambar or something at your home, if the content of water is more, what normally happens? All your dal and vegetables will settle down and water will be there on the top. So similar is the case here. In the concrete, if the water cement ratio is higher, obviously the other materials will settle down, it will lose its homogeneity and consistency, and thereby the water will come up. And higher water cement ratio obviously weakens the concrete also, and this also leads to excessive bleeding. Now bleeding is not that harmful, because if the rate of evaporation of water is equivalent to the rate of bleeding, then it is okay. So normally it is good and it enhances the workability of concrete also. But when it is in the plastic stage, bleeding may not cause even harm. But this is going to be a villain when slowly that plastic stage gets converted in the hardened stage. So it should not be allowed. We can even if it is in the plastic stage, you can just do certain compaction and subsidize, and again a finishing will help you in reducing the bleeding, but that is not the way how to deal with it. So you can see here there is a layer of water on top of this. Normally what the site persons does is they will apply a layer of cement and fine aggregate on top of this, but what actually is going to happen is this water will also consist of cement paste. So this forms a different layer between the actual substrate of concrete and the plastering that we do. So it is best that this water has to evaporate and goes off and then do any other process of it. So this should not happen. This is a drawback in concrete. Now how it is going to affect the stability of the concrete, this bleeding. So we all know when the bleed water moves up, so it also carries certain amount of cement also along with it, because already mixed up cement will come up along with the water as it comes up. So this layer will be formed on top of the entire concrete surface, which is said to be the latents of concrete. So the water along with the cement which accumulates on top of the surface of concrete structure or slab that we make is said to be the latents of concrete. So what happens if you have this latents? This latents, the water will evaporate and a dusty cement molecule only would be there on top of the surface. So this is going to affect the structure in terms of its wearing capacity, and it is also going to decrease the life of concrete structure that we make, because the amount of cement present inside the concrete structure would be lesser as it has oozed out from the concrete structure through the means of bleeding. Now, how it is going to affect the stability? Second would be, as the water moves up from bottom to top, it is going to form a continuous channel also. So due to these channels, what happens is the concrete becomes permeable, which is a drawback effect of concrete structures. The concrete is normally impermeable. So here, due to this bleed water, the concrete becomes permeable and it allows water to move, and it causes water voids. The matrix reduces its bond between aggregates and cement paste, and there would be tremendous amount of voids present in the concrete. Thereby it is going to get affected by deleterious materials from the nature. Now other issues would be the forming of water on top surface of concrete results in delaying of surface finish, and concrete becomes permeable, loses its homogeneity, and excessive bleeding breaks the bond between reinforcement and concrete also. That means if you have a reinforcement and when the water moves up, what happens is the water will encounter reinforcement. So around the reinforcement, this water traverses to reach the top. So as this happens, what happens is the reinforcement will have a layer of water around it, and that layer of water will evaporate, and later on what happens, the bonding between the concrete and the reinforcements would be lost. So how this could be controlled? The bleeding of concrete could be controlled by adding minimum water content in the concrete mix, and we can encourage the use of air entraining admixtures also. So this can also be controlled by adding certain higher percentage of cement. As we all know, when the water cement ratio has been altered, it is the first option is to treat the concreters by means of adding certain improved percentage of cement. So that is yet another option to control the bleeding of concrete. So with this I just stop right now. Thank you very much. So in this class we have discussed about the bleeding as well as segregation of coin. It is treated as both sides of a coin actually. So if there is segregation, probably there will be bleeding also, and bleeding can also happen if the formwork is also not perfect. If your formwork consists of more amounts of voids, what normally happens is through these voids, the cement paste will ooze out, and you will find all the aggregates present inside the structure. So that also can be a cause of segregation as well as bleeding. So with this, in the next class we will discuss about the remediation of these by means of certain chemical admixtures. Thank you very much.